Hey folks, welcome to the 8th episode of the Avalanche Conditions Report, brought to you by Whitewater Ski Resort and Backcountry Canada.com. My name's Dave and I'm part of the snow safety team up here at Whitewater. And the good news is it is snowing right now. It's snowing all day today. It's been kind of between, S-1 to S2. So it's snowing about 1 centimeter to 2 centimeters an hour. And it's starting to accumulate. We've gotten about 5 since last night. Going back in time a bit, let's go back to Sunday. So Sunday we had pretty much the entire day. We had freezing rain, and that froze right on the surface. And then Monday night we had 20 centimeters and then another 18 over the day. Avalanche hazards spiked to high that day. We had a widespread natural and skier triggered avalanches to size 2.5. Those were starting as storm slabs. As they were moving their way through the tracks, they were gaining moist snow and creating some deep deposits. I got the snowpack dug out here because I just want to show you guys some visuals. The unfortunate news, as I'm sure everybody's heard, after Monday it rained Tuesday night throughout Tuesday, and then that refroze, and that's created a crust on this, not on the surface anymore. Now it's buried, but that's our crust. It's it's about anywhere from knife to pencil in resistance. And that made skiing very, very challenging around the resort and in the backcountry. But what this has done is it has bridged some of those lower instabilities. And the good news is that's decreased avalanche hazard. But the bad news is it's created some pretty difficult ski conditions in the backcountry right now, which really is our biggest hazard, would be this crust, blowing through this crust and maybe blowing a knee. But if you look down the snowpack, this is what we had fall Monday. So when we woke up Monday and throughout the day, and then this right here is what we're calling the February 27th freezing rain crust, and that's down 35 centimeters. So this is all what's happened in the last few days. Below that, we have our February 14th, our Valentine's Day. That's kind of a surface hoar facet combination. And then you've probably heard us talk a lot about the January 30th surface hoar. This is all big surface hoar. And below that we have the January 14th melt freeze crust. This is just a good visual of what our upper snowpack looks like. We are on a north aspect at 1950 meters. But like I said, this crust up here is going to prevent some of the initiation of these lower instabilities. It sounds like up north this crust isn't as evident. So in the Valhallas, New Denver area, this crust isn't as thick. So if you are ski touring in the backcountry and you come into an area where this crust isn't as thick or it's non-existent, then you're gonna have to start worrying about some of these deeper instabilities. In the Whitewater area, we've observed this crust to 2,100 meters, and I suspect it's gone up to 2,350 is my guess. Avalanche Canada is calling the hazard in the Alpine considerable and then moderate at tree line and below tree line. I suspect that they might drop that down to moderate tonight. And as far as weather goes, we are lucky. Right now it's snowing, as I talked about earlier, and we could end up getting anywhere from 10 to 15 out of this little system. And again, that will improve skiing drastically on top of this crust. It'll make it much better, but then we'll start looking at a storm slab reacting on top of this crust. Right now it's not consolidated, but as more snow falls and as the winds hit it, you could be looking at a storm slab that could be failing on this crust. And then we're going into some high pressure for the weekend. Should be sunny, and then it looks like our next hit of precipitation is coming on Tuesday, and we're looking at anywhere from 10 to 15 centimeters on Tuesday through to Wednesday. That's all I really got. Be very careful skiing on top of this crust. You don't want to be in the backcountry and blow a knee. And otherwise, we'll be back in the next couple weeks with an update. And just try to enjoy the skiing as this snow comes in. Should improve it.